James and he's doing the susceptibility to gullibility test for this National Politics Competition 2012. So, do you know what democracy is?
When various political systems are organised on the basis that government should serve the interests of the people.
Very good. Do you know who the Minister of Terrorism is?
Abu Hamza. One of his policies is that terrorists shouldn't have beards because they're scary. Sorry.
Doing very well so far. There is 3 different types of democracy. What are they?
Direct, representative, credulous.
Do you know who the Minister of Democracy is?
What does that say?
Referendum on what?
Whether or not people with stutter should have reduced phone bills.
Yeah. On the theme of democracy, how can we reform political participation?
Compulsory voting, lower voting age, internet, free key rings for every vote.
Yeah. What are some of the advantages of democracy?
Purest form of decision making, people are becoming increasingly more educated.
Alright, so for a bonus point, what's a country that's always had democracy?
Russia under the rule of Stalin.
Do you know what democracy is?
When various political systems are organised on the basis that government should serve the interests of in people.
Do you know who the Minister of Terrorism is?
Abu Hamza. One of his policies is that terrorists shouldn't have beards because they're scary. Scary? Yeah.
There are 3 different types of democracy. What are they?
Direct, representative and credulous.
Who is the Minister of Democracy?
God. That's the...
Edward.
Swy.
He's Welsh.
Swy. T. Balls.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
What?
What?
In 2011 there was a referendum on what?
Whether or not people with stutters should have reduced phone bills.
On the theme of democracy, how can we reform political participation?
Compulsory voting, lower voting age, internet, free key rings for every vote.
What are 2 of the advantages of democracy?
Purest form of decision making, and people are becoming increasingly more educated.
For a bonus point, what is a country that's always had democracy?
Russia under the rule of Stalin.
Do you know what democracy is?
Yeah, man. It's when various political systems are organised on the basis that government should serve the interests of the people. Thank you.
Do you know who the Minister of Terrorism is?
Yeah, I love him. It's Abu Hamza. We rock, sucker!
What's one of his policies?
One of his policies is the terrorists shouldn't have beards because they're scary. I agree with that.
There are 3 different types of democracy. What are they?
They're direct, representative and credulous.
Who is the Minister of Democracy?
I knew that is it. Edward Swear-Tie Balls, that's the one.
In 2011, there was a referendum on what?
It was whether people with stutters should have reduced phone bills because, can't talk properly and that. You know what I mean?
On the theme of democracy, how can we reform political participation?
Purest compulsory voting, lower voting age, internet, free key rings for every vote.
What would you want on the key rings?
For the lads, probably Cheryl Cole topless, you know what I mean? Nice jugs. And probably for the girls, me, topless and a sexy body.
What are the 2 advantages of democracy?
The purest form of decision making, people are becoming increasingly more educated.
For a bonus point, what's a country that's always had democracy?
Oh, it's Russia under Stalin.
Thank you.
Right, what do you want to do when you go to university?
Chemical engineering.
Right, so you're pretty good at sort of...
Sciences.
What's your general knowledge like?
Right.
So do you watch the news and things like that?
I read the news.
Right, so you would say that you're up on politics?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is like a test, and what it is like they did like a survey where 1,000 people, and all they have to say is BS at a certain time.
Right.
But the certain people who said at a certain time, like worked out with a simple formula. It worked out like how intelligent they were and how much they actually knew about politics and how like much of a difference they were gonna have on politics and the like.
Yeah.
So basically, as soon as I say start, you just have to say BS, right? Whenever you can do it, you like.
So, right, I'm gonna say some words,
Yeah.
and your job is to not say anything when it's not a political word,
Yeah.
and when there's a political word, then you've got to say BS.
So when there's a political word, I say
Yeah.
yes, right?
So, okay, so
I'll just put the timer on,
okay.
so we can do it.
David Cameron,
BS.
tree, chair. John Prescott,
BS.
he's pretty good at this, isn't he?
Good, you're doing well.
Painting, Houses of Parliament,
BS.
voting system,
BS.
general election,
BS.
European Union.
BS.
That was 10 seconds and 6 answers.
Really?
That was. So, portfolio, table, lemon, chair, green chair, red chair, table, malice, prime minister.
BS.
Oh, you got it.
Hi and welcome to TSFE1. Today we'll be looking at what democracy is. Do you know what democracy is? No, they do.
Democracy!
Totally! Yeah!
Democracy is when various political systems are organised on the basis that government should serve the interests of people. Without democracy, this could happen.
Without democracy, the world would be a very different place. Democracy establishes certain things. It protects minority, and it enables that democracy controls government power.
I am your Prime Minister. You will all bow down to me like I am your God, because I am the Prime Minister. If you don't listen to me, I will batter you all like the minorities that I batter. For example, that ugly cretin right there. Because I went to Eton. Now, listen to me, I am posh and I am powerful. Suck it.
Political participation. What is it? It's when people participate in politics. How can I do that? Referendums.
A referendum is a form of direct democracy proposed by the government. It is a question.
The EU sucks! Yeah, hit me! The EU sucks! No, we hate you! What do we do? We're doing a referendum!
The result of the 1975 referendum resulted in Britain staying in the EU. Since then, there's been no national referendums until 2011, when there was a referendum on the AV system.
An example of a referendum was do you agree there should be a Scottish Parliament in 1997?
I want independence for Scotland.
Well, you're not going to get it, are you?
I'm having it.
No, you're not having it.
I'm having it.
You're not getting independence.
And the world